We're in Napoleonic France. Sharpe and his brave riflemen are prisoners, and they've been held captive in this ruined tower. During the night, blood-curdling screams can be heard, and they wake to find all the French guards mysteriously dead. The British seize the opportunity to escape, but they're not out of the woods just yet.
A specialist strike force of Le Sharpe and his bravest French voltigeurs are here to investigate what strange curse has befallen this ruined French hamlet.
Bonjour. Je suis le français aujourd'hui. They're going to have to use subtitles for that. Yes, I'm playing as Le Sharpe, the rival Sharpe, the French ITV version from a different parallel reality, where the French were making a swashbuckling Napoleonic guy with a slightly more prancing.
Yeah, he's way more stylish.
Of course, we're joined by the wonderful Peachy, who's painted all of this.
Thank you. Chris Peach, you've
Thank you
done
for
an
having me
amazing
on.
job.
Yeah, well, I like painting stuff and I like playing games with you guys, so
Oh my
why
goodness.
would I not do it?
It is an absolute joy to play with these beautifully painted miniatures.
In fact, if you want to see more about how these miniatures were painted, you can check out
Peachy Tips. Yeah, Peachy, my new channel. I've done some Sharpe related content, so there's definitely videos. But yes, I have Sharpe. I've brought him back because, well, he got captured, didn't he? Captured by the pesky French.
So this is a semi-sequel to our previous Sharpe video. You don't have to have watched it.
No. All you need to know is Sharpe is a swashbuckling heartthrob hero who's here to fight the French and save the day.
And Le Sharpe is the opposite of that.
It's the same, but a little bit more French. We are using this time a game set called the Silver Bayonet, Gothic horror in the age of the Napoleonic Wars. So you guys will be against each other in a versus scenario, but there will be strange goings on, potentially some strange beasties and some monsters and some spookiness getting in the way and causing extra chaos.
So hot on the heels of Sharpe from last time is my hero Le Sharpe, and he's supported by a female junior officer, also a voltigeur, and the surviving dragoon. So I've got a little squad of familiar guys, and I've also got some new guys that we'll meet as well, which is exciting.
Your new guys.
Well, I've got the sort of paranormal investigation squad.
Like X-Files.
Yeah, I like the idea that there's sort of Mulder and Scully, and they've got this band of sort of supernatural investigating fellas who've been sent into this area because they've heard, you know, a mist has descended, strange goings on, people are going missing.
And there's a holy man here who was sent to investigate initially, and no one's heard back from him.
A missing holy man.
You're trying to find the priest and get him out of here to find out what happened. Meanwhile, Sharpe, you're hoping to escape.
I did all right in the last game, but we got captured. And I've got some buddies. I've got Sharpe and Harper, a good old tag team. I've got Rifleman Peachy. He somehow survived from his grievous wounds. I don't know how that was. And then a random mix of others. I've got this guy here. He's a Brunswick. He's a German working with the British. There's a cavalry officer or dismounted cavalry dragoon guy, and then two Scottish fellows.
And the most important member of your team.
Yes, it's Lieutenant Benjamin Edgar. Archivist
in the game.
Extraordinaire in game. He told me to make a really rubbish model, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it as a drummer boy, so made you look a bit more badass. You're like an exploring officer. That's what you are.
I love him. Thank you for making that. There are 8 investigative sites. There's 4 inside the graveyard, and there's 4 in the ruins of the town. Investigating these places will help you find out what evil is lurking in the village, and maybe some way of dealing with it. You won't know till you go there and find out. There's 2 decks of cards that will randomly assign which clue or plot point is in which location. I don't even know where they are.
Okay.
Time will tell. Okay, well, we're at the start of turn 1. You guys need to roll off to see who seizes the initiative.
Right, so that means I get to go first.
You get to go first. Half your units can activate now.
Okay.
Then there's an NPC phase, don't worry about that. And then Peach will activate all of his models, and then your second half will activate after Peach.
Well, I don't want to just run into the graveyard. It might be nothing, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to take Le Sharpe.
Oh, I see. The French are too scared of the graveyard.
I'll start off with Le Sharpe, a little fire team, and I'll move out to grab this area before you can get there. And he's going to do the first investigation of the game. So what's in there? I hope not a zombie or something. God.
Okay, let's check.
Or a ghost.
Immediately, the first thing you find is a ripped page from a hymn book.
Which is actually useful because it did give me the opportunity to re-roll a dice later on, which I'm sure will come in clutch.
But it did also start the spookies goings-ons. You hear a...
What?
What's going on?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, I knew it!
A revenant has risen from the grave.
He's got a little hat on.
Yes.
No, he's very scary.
He's got a hat on.
He's a Frenchman.
They go for the closest thing they can see. And he shambles forward. Whoa.
Smelling some French brain. With my side, I got to activate everybody, and I started with Peach. Went up to this stash.
Send in your best man.
Yeah, send in my best man,
Best foot forward.
straight away. And he discovered just a cache of wine, which was great.
And
Oh, no,
you have
no.
disturbed the dead. This body rises from the dead.
Oh no. Continuity error is different to the dead man, but it's fine.
Well, his coat's got all mucky from lying on the floor.
Yeah. Luckily, we were all armed and ready and close by. My infantry went in on this zombie, opened fire, did nothing. Mini Ben, luckily, was there at hand. He dealt quite a lot of damage.
That's my boy.
Enough for Sharpe to get in there and finish it off. It's glorious.
So now all your lads are done. It's time for the French to move the second half of their group.
So I should introduce the second half of my team, led by the Duke of Battenberg in his family colours. He's got a couple of paranormal hunters with him. He's got a sapper. This guy, ghost hunting. He's got some paranormal runes on his robe, and he's going in and he's got his two friends, one in a full medieval suit of armour,
What a stylish guy.
and one in a medieval breastplate. Now, I did ask Ben later on in the game if they protected from bullets, and Ben said not at all. Turns out they are massively out of date. However,
They do slow you down at least.
they do slow. That's right. So my two heavily armoured guys clanked around in the background, but my other chaps put themselves out there actually and did the same. They saw what you did. We also took a shot at the zombie, winged him, and then the Duke of Battenberg ran in for the kill.
What a glorious moment.
Oh, an expert fencer. Straight through the eye. Job done.
And we were starting to make progress into this graveyard. Ben had identified 4 points of interest in this graveyard, so I was feeling in great shape going into turn 2.
Yeah, storming those objectives. Okay, so start of turn 2. You guys dice off for initiative.
Yeah.
And the French seize the initiative once again.
Yeah, and I thought I'm going to just get out of this open area, get into the graveyard, and start looting the Battenberg tomb. What is in here, Ben?
I heard they embalmed people with marzipan in the Battenberg tomb.
Sticky way to go. Sticky ends. You have found a blessed weapon. Silver dueling sword. Fencing rapier.
Duke of Battenberg truly is blessed. Meanwhile, my sapper had a rummage through there, only to have a monk pop out.
He didn't pop out. He was there all along. You just couldn't see him till he looked.
He felt like he popped out because he gave my sapper quite a fright, to the point where he actually fell over from fright. And not only that, but he gave himself a condition.
I couldn't believe this. This priest, the monk, he told you a bone-chilling tale of horror and death, and you had to make a bravery check. And your veteran paranormal investigator
Was like,
double wonder
ghosts, which meant he collapsed, and at any point he could become possessed by the monsters. And it was only a matter of time before that happened, so that wasn't good.
What did he tell him, Lewis? What did he say?
Brother Jack, Frere Jacka, what's happened to you? You fall. Are you okay?
So the French are advancing forwards. I've got there's clues being taken left and right. I'm getting a bit worried. I'm like, you're getting some good stuff. I've already seen a sword get pulled out of a hat out of a crypt. So Peach runs forwards. He sees in his sights a sight that he didn't see for a little while, which is Le Sharpe. He's got beef of Le Sharpe, so he takes a shot at Le Sharpe because he's a crack shot.
Is
He's
he?
Rifleman Peach.
That's not how I remember.
No, he's
Rifleman
not. He's a
Peach.
rubbish shot. He's a rubbish shot. But luckily, this wine that is fortified wine he found took a swig. Wine on that reroll. Ooh!
Oh!
That's how wine works.
Wow!
Bang.
10 wounds on, I think he has 12 or 13 wounds. Like, you are just a stiff breeze away from Sharpe going down.
I was like, uh-oh. Yeah. Especially when you brought some more guys around and you started really putting a lot of fire down on this building.
I was going to put the pressure on you. I started moving those forwards. Sharpe and Harper, I thought I'd move them elsewhere to try and get some of the stuff around the graveyard. There's loads of bits of loot around here.
And I was planning to do a bit of enfilading fire. That was the plan.
That's Le Sharpe's signature move.
Yeah, so to defend my guys rushing into the graveyard, I planned to, but actually I ended up being enfiladed myself. These two are sneaking round the back
I'm going to go around the back.
Oh,
and
now
shoot at
who
you guys.
is the enfilade has become the enfilade?
So my remaining 4 guys had to back out, hide around the corner of this building, and they both lined up and took a couple of shots, and actually managed to take down one of your Highlanders.
Oh no, they got Barney!
Barney!
It left me a bit depleted because these guns do take a turn to reload. So after, I'm glad I got you because I felt like if I didn't, I was going to get rushed. So it's worth noting, before I retreated from the centre, I did find in there another silver sword, bringing my total silver sword count up to 2.
Okay, but before the turn ends, spooky goings on. A mysterious mists swirl around the creepy cave.
Oh no.
Oh no, Peachy, you shouldn't have gone towards the creepy cave.
Greg go towards the cave.
The enfilading fire doesn't feel so smart now.
And into the mist appears a figure. It looks like Sharpe's wife, Teresa, is there. But she's meant to be dead.
Oh no. It's too soon. Still too soon. I mean, I thought that cave looked weird.
It's very spooky, so you have to make terror checks.
Yeah.
Sharpe, it's absolutely fine. He passes with flying colours. He's
his
happy
wife.
to see his wife.
It's his wife.
He just goes up to her.
Yeah. It's his wife.
Hello.
Help, love. How you been?
Good to see you.
But Pat, on the other hand, he goes weird.
Yeah.
He goes weird, a bit like the Pioneer on your side.
So Harper gets a different kind of insanity. So my guy will eventually turn bad. Harper, he turns a different alignment every turn.
Every time we randomly roll to see who gets to control him.
Yes. But at this point, I'm like thinking, has Peachy gotten an extra player? Has he got an extra guy?
Yeah.
But why were they so scared of her? I'm just thinking there's a found a mad monk and Ferrojaka. We have to get him off the board.
Yeah.
Well, you got a free model. I thought it was very nice of Ben to give me a free model. It was very kind.
She's not the only model that's appearing, though. More revenants have risen from their graves. You guys are
Swamped.
So, at the start of turn 3, you've got to roll for initiative. Lewis, if you roll a double on your initiative, that's when your man goes crazy. Peachy wins the initiative.
That's great.
And Lewis, you're safe for now, but stay scared.
So I'll start off by moving Sharpe towards his beloved. Makes sense.
Bring her on side, you know.
Yeah, well, you know.
What could go wrong?
The Highlander, even though he's wearing a kilt, tries to leap over that fence. Does it with grace.
Very athletic.
Yeah, very athletic. He searches through the clue and discovers something really
Yeah,
important.
he finds the most important clue on the board that reveals that the evil besetting this land is a vampire. It's not Teresa. The evil that curses this place.
Teresa! You got greeny skin!
Your dress has changed.
Is that your face?
Well, I've never seen you without makeup on before.
Oh, God.
Bloody hell.
Napoleonic beauty standards, guys. It's not cool.
It's at this point we realise why Pat went mad, and I've lost control of Pat at this point.
Yeah, you have to roll the
Harper's
dice.
no longer in my control. Ben,
So you rolled the
what
dice
happened?
that let me control him today, and I decided to GM this. He's the only one who has spotted that she's a vampire. So what else would he do? He fires his enormous 6-barreled volley gun at her,
Yeah.
like any sane man would.
The gun he can only fire once in a game.
Yeah, because it takes half an hour to reload. Ooh, it's not a bad
12.
shot.
I don't know what's...
Now, unfortunately, vampires are not affected by normal lead bullets.
Good. What a waste of my great gun. Amazing.
So sadly, your once per game mega cannon rolls really well as well. It would have annihilated loads of people.
Great shot.
It was a great shot, but it does 0 damage. And it's probably this that alerts Sharpe to the fact that it's not really his wife at all, and she tanks 7 rounds in one hit. The vampiress, realizing now that she's been discovered and has to go on the offensive, she can no longer trick you. She lets out a blood-curdling scream and summons her minions to help her. A long-dead lord rises from his grave. Baron von Drac, dead for 500 years, peels back the coffin and is like, "Who stole my sword?"
Battenberg stood there like, oh shit, this one?
So he draws the nearest rusty blade and attacks.
The Duke of Battenberg was engaged in combat, and they were parrying and dueling with each other. No one was getting an advantage until the knight came round with a big old axe. Clang! Of course, basic metal versus a sort of unholy spirit wasn't very effective, and no one was really injured in that little skirmish. So I decided I better start evacuating. So I grabbed the friar, and my plan was get the friar and the insane sapper off the board before he can go mad.
Yeah, good plan.
So I started running towards the board edge, but Ben was like, "Oh, you spot a creature in the woods blocking your escape." And I was like, "Oh no, what's this?" So I was sort of immediately stuck in my tracks, and I took a shot at him, and it only made him angrier.
He did wound it quite badly. It howled in pain, but that only made it angrier.
I've now got the two of my guys facing down as some beast, trying to escort this friar off. Two of my guys engaged in a frantic battle for their lives with the Bayonet. So I started running the Sharpe, Scully, and the two heroes, the cavalryman and the voltager, across the road, hoping to reinforce whichever of these battles went the worst.
You've given up fighting the English entirely.
Yeah, I was like, both of us actually were like, screw this! There's like monsters to fight. You had some zombies spawning behind you as well.
Yeah, I had a fair few zombies to deal with. Luckily, I got Rifleman Peachy. Took a chunk of one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He half wounded one. If he gets another good hit in, it'll die.
And then the guy with the fiery brand and the dismounted cavalry guy, they kind of waded in, setting one on fire.
Yeah, they don't quite kill it. They do set it on fire, and it's going to run around randomly setting fire to everything around from now on. See how that goes.
Which was a great touch. Lots of flammable things around in tents and camps, apparently. Also, I get little Ben.
No, don't send me in. I'm a coward.
No.
Don't send me in.
This is fine because you're not charged into combat.
Okay.
You've reloaded your pistol already. You're going to hide behind that wall and take a little pot shot over the top.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that can't be good.
That's not just a miss, that's a critical miss.
Oh,
that means I've fouled my pistol. It's jammed, it's backfired, something's gone horribly wrong with it. I cannot shoot for the rest of the game.
Oh no! This is why you stick to books.
And I do notice you have run my guy slightly closer than your guy to that.
That was all by mistake, Ben.
Was it?
All by mistake. Yeah. That was not planned.
It's good that you rolled a 1 in 100 critical fail and put him in a position where the zombies would eat his brains before your brains.
I can't help but take that a little bit personally. So it's the start of turn 4, and as you may have noticed, all of these points of interest are basically caches of useful vampire fighting equipment that the monk has scattered around the place in his attempt to help fight the demons. You win the initiative, Peach.
Yeah, I do.
What are you going to do?
Well, at this point, it was obvious that I can't harm the vampire. So Sharpe decided he was going to pull back. He did remember, even though seeing his wife, he did clock this stuff. So he goes back, starts rummaging through, finds lots of useful things. I get control of Harper, which is great. I think it's a good time for him to be a bit of a buffer, keep an eye out while Sharpe's having a bit of a rummage. And then, being a Highlander who likes to just get stuck in, he sees that Bayonet and he just charges headlong with his claymore.
Oi! Brings down the claymor.
Yes,
Are you trying to steal my glory?
18! I think he is.
He is. Okay, look out down there. It was real brave because this Bayonet was holding off both an expert swordsman and a fully armoured halberdier.
I mean, he saw they were struggling, and I don't know what came over him, whether it was a sense of good or duty, but he felt the need to. That's bigger and badder than the two French.
Sadly, he is protected by ancient magics, which severely reduces your damage. But you still do a good hit on him and distract him, as he turns around and chops you in half in a single heavy blow.
He served his clan well.
He did. He was rewarded with the highest glory of all.
Yeah.
So now it's the monster's turn, and the Bayonet is going to keep fighting Lord Battenberg to retrieve his ancient family blade.
10 damage.
10 damage. He has 2 health left.
Battenberg
is... he's mortally wounded.
You've sliced him open as lovely cakey interior.
But you get to attack back.
Battenberg! Hero!
Ooh, 16. That's a hit. You managed to do just as much damage back.
With the silver sword.
Leaving the Bayonet on 2 health as well.
Meanwhile, over on the other side...
Yeah, the zombies have got to have their go. As Peach had lovely left me the closest target,
Sorry.
the first revenant zombie scrambles over the wall. He claws at me. Ow!
90!
I'm dead! I'm fucking dead! What the hell? Oh no! My first battle! Well, stop laughing because the second zombie's going to attack Peachy.
Yeah. And how did that go?
Yeah, the zombie missed.
Yeah.
And then your counterattack was pretty effective.
Rifle butt into the face.
So now there's 2 zombies surrounding Peachy, but they are both half dead.
Yeah.
One from his shot and one from his butt.
And then, the other zombie was tackling the Brunswicker and cavalryman.
That's right, the other zombies attacked there, but they were unable to really get some damage in. They just sort of keep them busy.
Yeah.
And then the main event for the monster's turn, it's the vampire. Now you have perfectly positioned Sergeant Harper. There's no way to get past him, so the vampire just lunges straight for him.
Can he survive this? Come on. Oh my days.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
No is the answer. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battlefield, a mysterious beast is in the woods. It's already been wounded. The beast is enraged by this and reveals itself to be an enormous bear. And it's very cross and it can see 2 people wearing bearskin hats.
Ah, that was the problem. We weren't very sensitive about that.
Arrgh! You shot it and murdered its children. It's coming for you, Lewis. Oh, it's a 13.
That sounds like enough.
Sadly, the bear is at head height and chomps his head, leaving a tin can to flop to the floor.
Yes, and that was a bit annoying because he was the escort. If he had been the insane guy that got eaten, I wouldn't have minded so much.
So that's the end of the monster's turn. It's time for the rest of the French.
So it was time for the French to be brave. Just don't laugh. So the sapper, it's got a big bear bearing down on him. That's what they do. And he shot it. Bang.
Ooh, that's a hit. It's 8 damage. Holy moly.
Oh, he runs off for another
You
day.
scared it off.
Great relief, because then I could turn my attention to killing this barrow wight. The Duke of Battenberg swung his delicate sword nimbly, completely fluffed it.
Battenberg!
No! Oh, no. So that's a 14.
And the barrow wight cut him in half. Well, does anyone want a slice? But don't worry, I had the knight. Clang. Ooh.
An 11. That's not enough.
And the barrow wight almost killed my knight.
Yeah, heavily wounded him in the counterattack.
So I ran through the last 2 fellas with guns, the Voltiger and the dismounted dragoon. They both took shots, bang bang.
Yeah. You must get him to death.
Oh, nice!
The barrow wight has been banished.
Blam. Turns out, you don't need to fight ghosts and demons and goblins with swords.
Just shoot him. Just shoot him.
That did leave me with the Sharpe and Scully, who are basically armed with swords and pistols, since it was looking pretty grim for old Sharpe, and you had helped me out on the barrow wight.
Yeah.
I thought I should return the favour. So I started heading them round to intercept the vampire if things went badly for Sharpe.
That's good of you. I appreciate that. There was
Well,
a moment
very
of pride. It was swelling up. I feel like we were starting to become friends.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Your Highlander's sacrifice was not in vain.
No.
It was being paid back with kindness.
But that kindness didn't really last very long.
So at this point, I just had the rest of my guys to do. Peachy finished off that half-arsed attempt before, and then I had my cavalryman and the Brunswicker fighting, taking down a zombie. Did catch fire, but Simerson with his little blade finished it off, so it was quite quick and smooth.
So between you, you've wrapped up all the monsters except for the vampire. So it's the start of turn 5. We've got to roll off for initiative.
Yes, and I rolled great.
You did! You rolled huge!
But I also rolled badly. Rolled a double, which meant my sapper joined the enemy team. Seeing this, I immediately got my dragoon to reload and shoot him, because he was looking shifty. Bang!
Well, you've brutally wounded your sapper. He's taken 9 damage. He's
not
only got
enough.
like 2 left.
I'm charging in the Voltiger.
Oh, smart.
Let's keep him off, because he's not got time to reload. Unfortunately, the sapper is actually my best melee guy, and he easily parried the Voltiger and actually put his axe straight into his shoulder, which messed him up. And so I thought, don't worry, I've got a knight who could run in and save the day. However, I forgot that the knight is in heavy armour, very clanky.
Slowed down quite a lot.
And he didn't manage to run fast enough to get there.
But this is really bad because if you
I
don't
know.
keep the sapper distracted, that friar is getting axed.
Yeah.
So in the monster's turn, the sapper's now one of mine. But he can't attack the friar like he wants to because there's a Voltigeur charging him with a bayonet. So they have more of a tussle, but no one gets further injured. No one's dead yet. So then there's a zombie going to charge Peachy over there.
I think he's the closest.
He is the closest.
Snuck around, he's already killed Ben. He's almost full of brains.
Yeah, to be honest, Ben's brains weren't really enough to save him. He needed a bit more. There wasn't much in there.
I don't know where
after
it's
all.
going to Peach. There's nothing rocking around that.
It's a dearth of brains. Oh wow.
Oh, it's a hit. Peach is wounded.
Oh no.
He's taken 5 wounds. Ooh. He's only got 5 left.
Fine.
Fight back though.
Oh, I do.
You do get to fight back.
And this zombie's half dead.
He is.
Oh,
he's fully dead.
It returns
He's
it.
full dead.
You're right,
He's
because
full dead.
Shit into the vampire over here fighting Sharpe. Sharpe's still rummaging around through that pit trying to find all the vampire killing.
Don't even care about Pat dying.
He doesn't even notice. He's too busy like picking up like holy water and steaks and stuff. And so the vampiress takes this opportunity to bite him on the neck. Does 3 wounds, which is a pretty low damage roll. You got lucky there.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the monster's turn, meaning the British can act.
So at this point, I've got to get my guys out of there, so I run Peach around. There's an objective to hold here. You've got the Friar. He's getting off the table. There's that pioneer guy who's like turned into a monster. So I take a shot at him.
Ooh! It's
Oh my days!
Peach finishes him off. It's a low damage hit, but he's
fine.
already heavily wounded.
Then at that moment, the Brunswicker comes out, sees Peachy shooting over in that direction. He's like, I'm going to do the same. Shoots the other guy.
Yeah. it was some enfilading fire, actually. You took out the sapper and the voltager, and the knight's there, running in. He's like,
What's going on, bonjour?
Shoot them all and work it out afterwards.
Exactly. We ask questions at the end. Simonson, the dismounted cavalry soldier, he's just like, those guys have got that fine. I can see Sharpe's tussling with something in the distance, so he just runs past that well to head towards Sharpe and give him some support. Sharpe, obviously being attacked by this vampire lady, is not having it. He turns around, gets the old butcher's blade out and starts having a bit of a windmill in. Right, you bloody bugger. I'm going to put you down.
Wow! It's a hit! 9 damage.
9 damage.
That's incredible. So there's only 5 left on the vampire.
Nice one, Sharpe.
I feel like the ceasefire has definitely been broken now.
Yeah.
And so I ran Le Sharpe in to Simerson to take him out. I want to help Sharpe, but I don't want to make it too easy. Sharpe's not on his own. He's got his assistant Scully. Dun, dun.
Oh, he was like, you go left. I'll go right and distract him. Give him the enfilade.
The enfilading blade.
Oh, it worked.
It was sublime. Just to witness it, it was
Well,
sublime.
Textbook takedown. A blade in the front, a blade in the rear.
Where were you when enfilading blade happened?
So that takes us into turn 6, which is looking like it's going to be the final turn of the game. Peachy, you win the initiative.
I do. It makes sense for Peach to just carry on and
Shoot all those Frenchmen out in the open.
There's some idiot wearing tin armour. So I might as well take him out as well. So.
Yeah.
My God, he's getting quite the head count. And you take the aim with your rifle and blam!
Yeah.
The knight has fallen. Good night,
He's
sweet
making
night.
Lots of notches in his rifle butt right now of all these people he's taken out.
That definitely gave me the spook. It was the provocation to run off the map with the friar and the cavalry officer. But of course the action was all on the vampire and all on Sharpe. Seeing the effect of enfilading blade, Le Sharpe ran in, heroically did this full frontal assault. Boom!
That would be a fantastic hit if Le Sharpe had a silver weapon or an enchanted sword or something.
You're right. And
He has skewered her with an ineffective weapon. Counterattack. Killed him 1 attack.
very crushing. Scully was still up, so she had to make a long run to get
sprint
in.
test to get in.
And got in with the enfilading blade anyway. Yes!
Oh, yeah, 14 is a hit. 8 damage for a skillful rapier. On guard.
It's not Scully, she's Buffy.
Oh, le buffet!
Le Vampire Slayer! Le Sharpe was a bit embarrassed, rolling around, and I think Scully's priority then was to get him to safety. So I was very quick to say, look, let's not fight this out.
Equals pequals.
Like,
Let's call it a day.
for now, we were like, look, this is a lot to figure out.
So I'm going to give the victory to the French because you did manage to evacuate the friar. You defeated the Barrow White and you killed the vampire.
And a bear.
And the bear, yeah, the bear too.
All about the
All the glory for the French today.
Well, thank you, Ben, for running it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, the people who wrote the Silver Bayonet. Thank you, Peachy,
Welcome.
for bringing and painting these incredibly lovely models.
But most importantly, thank you to the members who make this possible. We couldn't make this without you.
Merci. Merci, members.
And as a special bonus extra, not only we get the extended cut of the episode, which is hours long with every dice roll and extra bit that had to be cut from this, but also we'll do all the campaign rolls. We'll see how badly injured the people were. Is Harper dead forever? Has the Duke of Battenberg got a distinguishing scar or lost an arm?
There was a great bit where Ben put his glasses on. That was my favourite bit.
It's not canon! We'll cut that from the members' cut. And maybe Peachy will tell us more about his models. We'll see how it goes. We'll have a nice little post-game chat. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
See you later, you bastards.